Start. Let us start today's current affairs. Yesterday, Election Commission announced election dates and election schedule. In India, for the first time, new voters of 1.5 crore between 18 to 19 years. The voters between 18 to 19 years, just now they became voters. They were 1.5 crore. And you know, before 61st Amendment 1987, before 61st Amendment to the Constitution 1987, the voting age, minimum voting age is 21. During Rajiv Gandhi government, the voting age was reduced from 21 to 18 to make many young generations to know about politics and political awareness and their expectations. Government at that time, the parliament decided to reduce voting age from 21 to 18 to make many young people to get involved in the political participation, political awareness. We got that. And as you all know, 90 crore voters out of 130 crore population this time. 90 crore voters. According to Article 326 of the Indian Constitution, according to Article 326 of the Indian Constitution, every citizen of India, irrespective of race, religion, caste, creed and sex, who is above 18 years of age shall have the right to vote. Every citizen of India, irrespective of caste, creed, race, religion and sex or place of birth, who is above 18 years of age shall have the right to vote. And the most fantastic thing about India is, from January 26, 1950 onwards, we have universal adult franchise, including equal rights to women in voting, in political participation. And more importantly, in India from the beginning, from independence onwards, we have this universal adult franchise. Before independence, we have limited franchise. Only the propertied class have the right to vote. Now all the citizens of India who are above 18 years of age, they have the right to vote. And earlier it was only 21 years, now it was minimum age was 18 years. That was 61st Amendment 1987. We have that. And this time 90 crores of voters. VVPAT missions throughout India. Around 17 lakh VVPAT missions, voter verifiable paper audit trial missions throughout India. That means to avoid duplication, to avoid mismatch, to promote transparency and to ensure credibility and trustworthiness in the electoral process. To ensure credibility and trustworthiness in the electoral process, VVPAT missions were also ensured. Not only that, this time, not only the name of the candidate, but also their photograph will be in the EVM. Not only the name and political party, but also the photograph of the candidate will also be published in the EVM. And this time there will be a strong surveillance according to Election Commission on social media also, not just electronic media and print media, but also social media. As you all know, social media is ruling the world. So anything might happen through social media. So for the first time, Election Commission openly said, I am going to surveil, I am going to control, that means I am going to regulate social media also. If it exceeds its limits, I am going to punish social media also. So model code of conduct have come into force. India is gearing up for elections, and in the Lok Sabha polls, as you all know, in India, many factors really count. Many factors really count. First is like inflation, price rise, it will count. Jobs, whether there is employment, unemployment, it will count. Rural depression, rural unrest, what is in rural India, how it is working on, that will affect. And caste also have a role. Corruption also have a role. Social media also have a role. Last but not the least, but great thing is this time young voters, women voters, Dalit and tribal issues, welfare schemes, they all play a great role in Lok Sabha polls. Coming to women, not many political parties encourage women by giving tickets to women, and there is a very good news from Biju Janata Dal, that is Naveen Patnaik announced that 33% of Lok Sabha seats are he is going to give for women. From BJD, Biju Janata Dal party, 33% of Lok Sabha seats they are going to give it to women. So this time we have entered into the electoral boom, and now next 1-2 months we are going to see this. On May 23rd we are going to see who is going to lead the country for the next 5 years. So this is what is Lok Sabha polls. As a student of civil services, you have to know what is 61st Amendment, what is Article 326, and in our fundamental duties we don't have the duty to vote. It was not mentioned. It might be your prelims question. Do you have the fundamental duty to vote? No. You don't have fundamental duty to vote. These are the important areas. Okay. Next thing. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change have recently amended solid plastic management rules. Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. They have recently amended solid plastic management rules. Simple thing. On June 5th, 2018, you all know June 5th is our International Environmental Day. On June 5th, we have taken an obligation that India will ban all single-use plastic by 2022. India will ban all single-use plastic by 2022. Here, to upkeep this promise, India now ban all imports of solid plastic waste. Earlier, there is no control on importing solid plastic waste, and generally many of the businessmen in India used to import for processing purposes from abroad. Transboundary movement of hazardous plastics, it is no more allowed. Any plastic is not allowed now. Any plastic is not allowed into India, including SEZs, including export promotion units. No one should bring plastic to India, plastic waste to India. No one should import plastic waste to India from abroad. It's an unconditional blanket ban on that. And next important thing, this time there was a new concept called reverse import. New concept called reverse import. What is this reverse import? For example, India sold some electronic or electrical or some plastic material which is not of good quality and which have so many defects. Within 1 year, India, the manufacturer can import it back. He has exported a defective good. Even if it is electronic or plastic waste, he can import it back, even without the permission of the government, within 1 year of selling it. Within 1 year of selling it. This is called reverse import. You have exported and somebody have imported your good. If it is very defective, if it is electronic and other things, even plastic waste, you can import. That permission is there, but not all these things. So this is about Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. And here you should remember a point. India is going to ban the entire single-use plastic by 2022. All single-use plastics. And next important thing. Marayur Jagari. Marayur, M-A-R-A-Y-U-R. Marayur Jagari. What is this Marayur Jagari? Before going into Marayur Jagari, I wish to tell you one important area in civil services, that is geographical indications. Geographical indications. What is a geographical indication? A geographical indication represents the area or a place. For example, Hyderabad Halim is a geographical indication. For example, say Tirupati Laddu is a geographical indication. If you prepare some laddus in Hyderabad, if you tell they are from Tirupati, it is not correct. That's called geographical indication. In the same way, when new geographical indications come, definitely it will be a question for UPSC. So for example, say Kanchi Pattu Sari, Madurai Malli, Kanchi Pattu Sari, Madurai Malli, all these things. So geographical indication of goods that they represent the property of the particular area. Property means the indication of particular area. For example, if you say this belongs to Tirunelveli Halwa, means you should bring that from Tirunelveli. Geographical indication refers to a place or a region or a country, and you are telling the place of origin of the product. You are telling the place of origin of the product. And geographical indication is a part of IPR, intellectual property rights, and they are covered under TRIPS agreement. TRIPS, TRIPS, trade related intellectual property rights. As you all know, India is also a member in TRIPS agreement. So example for geographical indications, say recently last year Kadaknath chicken, Kadaknath is a place in Madhya Pradesh, it got geographical indication. Darjeeling tea, from West Bengal. Mysore silk, Karnataka. Orissa Ikat, IKAT, Odisha. For example, Mysore sandal soap, Karnataka. All these things comes under geographical indications. There are two reasons why I told this topic today. First reason is, we had yesterday initiated a new website for geographical indication, GI website. A new website for GI, geographical indication website. That if you open that website, you will see from which state what are the GIs. State wise you can get the list of GIs. An important question for that. And second reason why I told GI is, Marayur Jaggery got GI tag. Marayur, Marayur, you can write anyway. Marayur Jaggery got GI tag. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. NPPA, National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority, is constituted in 1997. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority is constituted in 1997 as an independent regulator. Listen, there are many drugs generally patients use. There should be some authority which should control the prices of the drugs. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority under Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. It itself is a prelims question. Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority works according to Drugs Price Control Order, DPCO, Drugs Price Control Order. Why it is in use? It is in use because it recently reduced lot of prices of the drugs which will treat terminally ill patients for cancer drugs particularly. So National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. NPPA is constituted in 1997, is an independent regulator for pricing of drugs and to ensure availability and accessibility of medicines at affordable prices. Next, what is Pritzker price? PRETZKER. Just if you remember this name enough. Recently prize was awarded. You need not know the name of the person. It is not important. But what is Pritzker prize? Not Pulitzer. This is Pritzker. PRITZKER. This prize is given in the field of architecture. Pritzker prize is given in the field of architecture. Next, good news for the people who are differently abled. A Center for Disability Sports. A Center for Disability Sports was established at Gwalior is going to be set up at Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. The government titled it as, in PIB it was published it as a Center for Disability Sports. The word disability is very wrong. Nobody as such is disabled in the world. Unless you have bad heart, you are not disabled person. But government, I don't know why PIB said Center for Disability Sports. It should be Center for Specially Abled Sports or Center for Differently Abled Sports, or they can name in different way. But I don't know why government released PIB like that. Yesterday I have read this. It was released in PIB in a Center for Disability Sports will be set up at Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. It will be registered under Societies Registration Act 1860. It will be registered under Societies Registration Act 1860. Here, first of all, I will tell few names. Let me know how many of you know these names. Mariyappan Thangavelu, Devendra Jajaria, Deepa Malik, Varun Singh Bhatia. How many of you know all these people? How many of you know PV Sindhu? How many of you know PV Sindhu? PV Sindhu got silver medal in badminton in Olympics. Mariyappan Thangavelu got gold medal in Olympics. Mariyappan Thangavelu got gold medal. But why did nobody knows the name of Mariyappan Thangavelu, Devendra Jajaria immediately? Because of publicity. I wish to tell you few things about disability sports. We should not call it as disability sports, but I wish to tell you. There is a cricket in India, blind cricket. It's unfortunate to call it as blind cricket. It was visually challenged cricket, where last year India won over Pakistan World Cup. You know how visually challenged people play cricket? By listening to the noise of the ball, by listening to the sound of the ball, they play cricket. But it have received only a single column small article in the paper. See, as good as normal people, visually challenged people also played the cricket. In fact, in spite of their challenge and toughness, they got World Cup in visually challenged cricket match and they won over Pakistan. But this was not mentioned in most of the daily newspapers. And everybody knows PV Sindhu. But Mariyappan Thangavelu, Devendra Jajaria, Deepa Malik, etc., they are all gifted people who got medals in Paralympics. Paralympics are the Olympics conducted to differently abled people along with regular Olympics. Okay, at the same time they got the medals. Just remember, Paralympics are the Olympics conducted for differently abled people. So this is what is. And government now is opening up a center for disability sports at Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. This was released 2 days back in PIB.